Hi, I'm Kimia. I play the viola.
Hi, I'm Sophie. I play the cello. I'm just holding Kimia's viola for her.
Yeah, don't get confused. Okay, so today we are going to talk about some pre-vibrato exercises. These exercises will help you to gradually develop your vibrato. They're very helpful. The first exercise I'm going to demonstrate actually on my hand and my elbow. So the way it goes is that you would imagine that your right hand or your right elbow is the fingerboard of your violin or your viola. And then using your left hand, you will hold it, putting your thumb behind and your fingers exactly like this. So exactly imagining that this is your fingerboard. What I'm going to do is that while I'm holding my thumb, I'm going to have a very relaxed left hand, and I'm going to use my left hand from the elbow, wrist, and start a gradual motion like this, which is just like wiggling and going back and forth like that. While I'm doing that, I'm just thinking that all of my hand is really relaxed and the motion is continuous, so I'm not stopping at any point. So as you do this, gradually start and have your first finger sitting on your right hand, like this, but do not stop the motion. So just do the same motion like this, but this time, as your elbow and your wrist is moving, your first finger pad is moving along with it, so it's going back and forth. You can add other fingers to it. Just keep in mind that the motion should not stop. So I'm adding my second finger now. My wrist and my finger pads are moving along. And the motion in my finger pads are coming from my base knuckles. Great, so this is the first step. The second step is that you can do the exact same thing with your violin or your viola in the resting position. Thank you, Sophie. So I'm going to hold my viola in a resting position. I'm going to start exactly the same thing. I'm putting my thumb behind the fingerboard, and I'm just starting the motion. Going back and forward, very relaxed. So while I'm doing this, I'm going to gradually put my first finger on one of the strings and do the same motion. See how my first finger pad is bending and then coming back, like that. And then you can add other fingers too. Great, the next step is that you can actually do this in playing position. So I'm holding my viola, I'm putting my thumb where it should be, and then start the motion, going back and forth and wiggling. And then gradually adding the first finger and second finger. Sophie can also show you how that would work on cello.
Cello vibrato is very similar, but we do some different warm-up exercises. So vibrato, even though it might look like it's coming from the finger, actually is coming from the whole arm. So a great thing to do, make sure you have a loosey-goosey left arm, and then begin by actually tapping on your cello. It's kind of like bouncing a basketball. So you should have nice loose fingers, and just go up and down like this. We're now going to tap on our cello. And we can tap slowly, and we can tap quickly. And eventually when we get this motion down, what we want to do is we put our hand in playing position up here, and then we just slide our hand on the neck of the cello using the same motion. So it's kind of like bouncing a ball on your cello, except that you wouldn't want to do that. All right, the next step is kind of similar to viola vibrato. And what we're going to do is we're going to put all of our fingers in fourth position, and then we're going to wiggle using the same motion with our arm. We're going to wiggle on the pad of our finger up and down. So you can see how the tip of my finger is staying still, but my arm is still going up and down. So you can really see my joints flexing and going straight. And then you do this on every finger till this feels nice and comfortable. Make sure you're not squeezing with your thumb, or else you can't move. Fourth finger. Gradually you can do this at different speeds.
You can actually practice this with a metronome. So while you are holding your instrument or you're holding it in a resting position, you can set the metronome on 8 notes and just go 1, 2, 1, 2, wiggle back and forth. or you can do that with faster tempos or just using 16th note or triplets. The way the triples would go is that you would go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Have fun developing your vibrato. It's great to have a range of speeds and also a range of widths.